Batman 89 is back. You could say that Batman returns? Do you get it?
Boo! Boo!
I was a huge fan of the last Batman 89 title, and when I heard about this, y'all know I had to jump on it. I'm feeling pretty under the weather right now, but there's one thing that makes me feel better. Batman. But he's missing. Let's talk about it. So Batman 89 Echoes takes place 2 years after the events of the first Batman 89 comic book, and Batman hasn't shown up in the public eye since. And Bruce Wayne has been missing for a month now. It kinda sucks that we totally ditched the whole Batman and Robin thing that the first book set up, but hey, this book has some cool things going for it. We pick up with Barbara Gordon as she investigates the deaths of Batman wannabes who think that they have what it takes to fill the role of the Bat while he's gone. I won't give you the play-by-play of this issue as to not spoil anything. I think it puts some story plots in place that will hopefully lead to some really interesting things. For example, this book really opens up the Batman world, introducing major players such as Harley Quinn, Dr. Crane, aka the Scarecrow, Hugo Strange, and Firefly. I'm curious how these characters are going to play into the world that Tim Burton laid the groundwork for in his first 2 Batman movies. So they actually had a really good introduction and take on Harley Quinn. She's a television show host that breaks down the psyche of the Joker and those close to him. It's also cool to see how her and Jonathan Crane get along, or rather tolerate each other. One thing I'm really enjoying about this book is that it hasn't lost its visual touch to the movies. Like, even some of the side characters look like or resemble actors I think I've seen before but can't quite place it. However, someone said that Harley looks like Madonna, and I'm not sure I can unsee it now. However, with the poofy blonde hair and sharp facial features, she kinda looks like Catwoman, almost to the point where at first I mistook her. That's just a small little thing, but I think it's worth noting for sure. The art overall is everything I said it was when I talked about the first Batman 89 comic. It serves its purpose and is a complete delight to look at. Also, I think it does a great job of planting little things here and there that can foreshadow some things that I hope this book goes for. But okay, now here's some negatives I have with the narrative so far. First, a little tiny thing I noticed, this kind of isn't all that big of a deal, but this book alludes to the idea that Alicia from the first Batman movie is still alive, but the Joker made it very clear in that movie that she
threw herself out of the window.
It's a little inconsistency, I know, but still, I don't think it should be there. And the big thing is that this book opens up like the beginning of The Dark Knight, where a Batman wannabe tries to be Batman and do his job. Except this time, Batman isn't there to be like,
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
And the Bat wannabe gets shot and killed to death. I'm personally not too terribly interested in something like this happening because it downplays the idea that anyone can be Batman, or rather, aspire to be as brave as Batman. It takes a look that's perhaps a little too realistic, and it dawns a certain level of pessimism that calls into question what the purpose of Batman is, or what a comic book about him is even for. Superhero stories are best when they can inspire people to be better and do better, and we see that represented in the media. Like, I yearn for moments that are like,
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us!
and there's even times we see that in Batman entertainment, like that good old time that Charlie stood up to the Joker.
I said hold it!
But seeing this almost feels like a step back. Yeah, obviously no one can literally be Batman, but to put that rhetoric on parade is pretty damaging to the purpose of the mythos. However, gripes aside, this book lays out the groundwork for something that can be really unique for Batman fans, and especially for those that hold the original movies super closely. But hey, it's still early and we'll have to wait and see. But thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so that we can continue our little chit chat about the Caped Crusader and his exploits in the urban decay that is Gotham City.